Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Ricknineg. I'm sorry if there was a delay for this. That is crazy. I didn't expect that. I was having like computer issues, and so I do appreciate your patience in all of this. Hopefully you can see me. Hopefully things are better. Just give me 1 second to adjust a couple things over here, and we should be getting started. Thank you guys and gals. You're awesome. Thank you for your patience. I know it is a little over 7, but like I said, I was struggling to get it online, and I finally do. Or I finally do have it. So nice to see you guys. What is up, Jared, Nathan, Dale? Nice to see you, Dale. I've seen you comment on a couple of my videos as well. Katie, nice to see you. It's been a while. Ramon, nice to see you as well. Greetings from Hesperia. Greetings from Los Angeles. You just watched Lucy's schedule and you absolutely love it. You guys know how it is. Down below, I should have it. I have the names of the episodes we're going to look at. Lucy Gets Ricky on the Radio and Lucy's schedule. So let's get going, guys and gals. Hopefully you're having a lovely, lovely Monday. In case you aren't, we're going to make this an even better Monday for you. Don't worry. We'll turn it around. We'll turn around by talking some Lucy. Hey, Julia. Nice to see you. Let's get this baby started. Lucy Gets Ricky on the Radio. Let's start that out. Honestly, this is one of my favorite episodes from season 1. I just love the atmosphere of it, and I think it's pretty hilarious if you ask me. So let's look at some of the facts on this episode. Okay, so this is a May 19th, 1952 release, episode 32, filmed on a Friday, April 11th, 1952. Now, so a little more than a month before. Rating share 57.9 out of 85. Now, a lot lower than what we have in the publicity agent. Let's see over here. Lucy-Desi TV commercial, still lower than that. Now, I love this. We start out in the Ricardo's living room. You have Lucy leaning on Ricky. They're kind of waiting for the Mertzes. The Mertzes come in. The whole scene is automatic. Ricky turns on the TV. Fred gets the chairs, puts the nuts on the table. Lucy gets the lemonade. Ethel gets the popcorn. It's like they're working as a machine. It's just really, really cool, really, really fun scene. And I absolutely love it. And there's just no talking. It's just pretty much silence. They're watching the TV. They're really focusing on this new technology, television, watching movies and all that. So I love it. Okay, supporting cast. First time we see, well, no, it's not the first time we see Freddie Fillmore. We see Frank Nelson for the second time. The first time he was on I Love Lucy was the quiz show, 5th episode. And now we see him again. He is, the office boy is Bobby Ellis, and radio announcer is Roy Rowan. He's the one who you hear, the famous voice who goes, "I love Lucy." You know, that type of guy. So, it's kind of cool for sure. Alright, let me see here. I think that's about it. Let me see if there's, maybe the animal, yeah. I want to just look at the questions here. Okay, so yes, so that's about it. So yeah, let's just reminisce on this episode. I love how Ethel has the popcorn. She has a little stick on it, and she's like passing it around. Just a lovely, lovely thing. Just a great atmosphere. And Lucy has the bright idea of, hey, let's just talk. Let's just not watch television. So it's pretty funny. I read your mind, Carissa. I didn't see your comment, and I said the same thing about the popcorn. Awesome. Listing all the brands of automobiles that were used on the show. So is that, Jay, because... So you thought of that because I like cars? Is that why? It's a pretty interesting idea, actually. So, Dale, you've noticed that throughout the show, the characters wear the same outfits in different episodes. Yeah, some. Definitely some, especially suits and stuff. The problem is, here's the problem with that, is that everything's in black and white. And so, although you can, for example, for the ladies, it's more obvious. I guess you can compare men and, like, their ties. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's definitely possible. It's just really tough. Like, Desi's jacket, it's like Desi and Ricky's jacket. He wears it off camera as well as on camera. He uses it a lot in Season 4 and Season 5. And so, obviously, that's an obvious jacket. Some outfits you will notice Ethel, she kind of interchangeably uses them. Lucy, the same thing. Ethel has one with like arrows that I always think about because it's just like so unique. But like Fred, I wouldn't know if those are like the same suits he's wearing. He has different ties. I remember he has different tie patterns. And I don't know. I can't really tell the color of the suits from here, but it is a good idea. If I had to write an episode of I Love Lucy, what would it be about? Oh, I had to think of that. That's a hard one. I don't know if I'd be able to come up with a script. But that's something to think about, because what the writers would do, they gave us their secrets. They would actually think about what they would want Lucy to do in a funny way, and then from there write an episode about it. So I don't know. Maybe I would think, okay, I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Now that the internet's around, like if Lucy was her age, which she was 40 when she did the show, when she started the show, 1951, believe it or not. Let's say she was kind of transported and was still 40, and it was 2018. Something about the internet, like she never used the internet or a phone, and then she was accidentally ordering all these things, like she ordered the freezer stuff, and then things would keep coming to her, and she would keep paying for them. By the end, she paid like $2,000 or something, and she would freak out, and then she would do something where she would try to return the order behind Lucy's back. I don't know. I'm just spitting out an idea, but it's just kind of funny. I think something contemporary would be nice. Ralph Ramsey was about the only normal straight character I can remember Frank Nelson playing. You're pretty right. Hey, Ash. Nice to see you. Any plans for Halloween? I should be Ricky. Yeah, just wear a suit and then just get my hair combed up like that, right? That's pretty funny. Okay. Let me get that back up on there. Whoa. Oh, and now you notice there's a lot of episodes where they have issues with televisions. In fact, that just gave me an idea for something that I'm not going to reveal right now. Because, you know, me and my secret plans, although I will write it down and I will keep it for my information for future reference, so I can get a cool video for you guys done as a result of that. I got to get a little piece of paper. Let me see. All right, there we go. If you pardon my, but see how I come up with ideas like that? It's just on the spot, and I'll put it away, and then yeah, like that could be the weekend's episode right there. So kind of cool. Hey, Michael Ian, nice to see you. 45 million viewers saw Lucy Goes to the Hospital. Wow, 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 wow! So many people. That's pretty crazy. Ooh, Ricky getting super jealous. Edward and Anthony fan, nice to see you. You're still William. Oh, awesome. Gotcha. I've never seen Weird Al Yankovic's Ricky video. Nope. What are your plans for your next giveaway? I don't know. What do you guys think? What would you guys like to have me give away? Maybe like another season of I Love Lucy, a different season, maybe everyone's favorite. I mean, people really like the Hollywood ones, so season 4. Maybe give away the Lucy-Desi Comedy Hour. Maybe Christmas is coming along. Maybe the Christmas episode in color, give that out on DVD. Maybe the Superman episodes. I really want to give those things away. The reason is because I feel that a lot of you like watch it on the Hallmark Channel, and you should be able to watch it whenever you want. Like I hear people get upset at the channel for like showing Christmas stuff and not showing Lucy. It's like you guys should be able to see it for free, or just like have access to it because you love the show so much. So no, that's what I like to do. Memorabilia is nice, but I think you can just like stare at it. And a show you can watch. Like I can watch the episodes over and over and enjoy it. Like that's the material. That's the source material right there. But I don't know. You guys let me know. Scott, you caught one of my live chats. You caught it. Just like that. You love the Superman episode. What's your favorite part in the Superman episode? I see ya. A lot of people do who watch this love the Lucy show and Here's Lucy. I've seen them. I'm not going to say every episode, but I've seen a lot of the episodes. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I really love, my favorite is I Love Lucy. Like that to me is I don't know how to explain it. It is the cream of the crop, and so that's why I like to focus on them. I know back to forwards, left to right, almost every line, and so that's what I usually like to focus on. And I feel that most people who even watch Lucy watch this content. So yeah, you love Christmas as well. What do you mean, Nathan, in terms of new releases of I Love Lucy? Oh, and there you go, already arguing. Because Ricky is pretending that he knows all these answers. Oh, it's like Jeopardy, all these Jeopardy questions. How does he know them? Well, because he was at the taping, so he knows exactly what was going on, and everyone's like, wow, this guy is smart. He knows everything. They're thinking that with Ricky, and of course, he is kind of fluffing up his genius status. But that leads Lucy to get him on the radio show, and it's a disaster because he's really not a genius, quote unquote, and he was just memorizing the answers, so it's kind of funny. What a great concept. Although I would love to see Lucy doing something very physical. I would like to see her like falling in a vat of something. She won the vat of grapes. I think she would be really good in something like foam, just like tons of foam, or something sticky like Nickelodeon's green slime somehow, and have her like just get drenched in it, because she was really good physically, and I want to take advantage of that, Super Cyan, Rick, what are your thoughts of the pizza making episode of where Lucy, she tries to make pizza and the boss is giving her the stink eye? I think it's great. I think it's a great episode. I think it's pretty hilarious. That's, to me, was the best part of the episode. The stuff about Mario figuring him out, I think it was cool, though. It was just like a calm moment. Really funny, the back and the forth. That's like, to me, relaxing Lucy. That is fun. It's entertaining. And I like the physical stuff, too. But I love the interaction. Like right now we have Desi and Bill Frawley like joking around. Desi's Ricky's revealing that he was, being a little stinker with the memorized questions. And we missed that in the Lucy show and so forth. So I think we're missing a lot of that action. That's why I love this, because I think all four of them were great. They were all magical. And of course the show was centered around her, but these are very powerful actors. And so, that's what happens. Cream of the crop. It's a bird. It's a plane. What is it then? It was Superman. She was the same. I forgot her name. Martha. She was in the Batman series in the 60s as well. Yep, Dale, there is an I Love Lucy Christmas special in color. It's technically not like a special. You're not incorrect. It's just... it's technically an episode, just like a half an hour episode. It's just more like a recap, so I guess it's like a special episode. You're correct in that. But it's a lot of like flashbacks. It's a flashback episode with its own unique content, the first 10 minutes, and then the other 10 minutes is recap, and then we have like a couple minutes finish, and then that's about it. That's roughly how the episode is. But there's good flashback moments in it, of course. Oh, I get asked this a lot. Rick, do you have any special episode that you would like to see colorized? Oh yeah, home movies would be awesome in color. The cowboy outfits and just all that filming. I think that would be hilarious. It's my favorite episode, by the way. So far, at this moment, right now. Right now. Lucy was never a guest on the Golden Girls. Interesting. She was friends with them. I haven't seen many episodes of the Golden Girls. Is it true some scenes weren't filmed live and that they used laugh track? Okay, Sweet Pea, every time everyone asks me this, I make a big deal about it. There is never a laugh track on I Love Lucy. Never, ever, ever. All the scenes were filmed in front of a live studio audience. We're talking about the half-an-hour episodes of I Love Lucy. There's 1% that weren't, and that's some of the outside rare shots. There's probably like 5 or 10 max. It's like the George Washington Bridge when Lucy gets out of the car when they're driving to the first stop in Ohio when they get in that cabin. But that's about it. Everything else, there's no laugh track. The only episode that uses a laugh track, and not in the way that you're thinking of, is Home Movies, because that was shot without a live studio audience, and then it was played for them, and then they recorded the laughs to what they were watching, and then posted that on top of the actual episode. So the reactions were to what was happening. It wasn't just like a pre-recorded ha 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 ha, like the same laugh. it was reactionary to what was happening. So hopefully that answers it. And that's super important. I don't mind answering that every single time in every live stream because that's super important. And there's still people to this day that will argue that some is laugh track. It's like, nope. And I'm really passionate about that because that's what makes this show so special, that there was no laugh track used. In fact, other shows copied this laugh track to their show. So, yeah. What episode would be hard to do in color? I think a lot of the Hollywood ones are really bright, although they have been done in color. Oh no, some of the cars would be nice to do, like the ones where they're going to Hollywood and you have the Cadillac, Fred's old beat up Cadillac, and then the Pontiac. That'd be great in color. There's some that are kind of boring though, and I wouldn't really mind seeing, like it wouldn't be a big deal. Like the quiz show, I didn't really like that one, the 5th episode. I wouldn't really be excited to see that in color, you know? That was not Richard Widmark's house. No. Now, inside. Now, on the outside, that is a shot of Lucille Ball's and Desi Arnaz's actual house. But when they get inside, that's a set. That's on. So, exactly. So, see, that was shot outside somewhere. And that was another one of those rare times. But other than that, it was all inside a studio. Even like the golf game when they're out golfing, that's inside. Favorite season is season 4. What are your favorite seasons, guys and gals? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6? Or in the Lucy-Desi comedy hour, 7, 8, or 9? I have listened to snippets of My Favorite Husband, yes. My favorite season is... It's kind of a tie between 3 and 4. I like each one for different reasons. I love 3 because it's basically the episodes at the apartment, which I think are classic I Love Lucy. And I think it's the best of those episodes. It's just one after another, just hit, hit, hit. And 4, I love the Hollywood theme for sure. Yep. You don't like the ones about her pregnancy. I would kind of agree. I wasn't a huge fan of the pregnancy ones. It wasn't like, wow, the pregnancy episode, these are my favorite. I was never like that. I kind of resolved to kind of skip over them, or if they're there, they're just there. I don't dislike them, I have to say. But yeah, it's nice to see tons of people who I haven't seen and who I haven't seen. Yes, Jay Scene, Fairy Scene was filmed on set. The most expensive scene they've ever filmed on I Love Lucy. Ooh, if I had to be in the live audience for an episode, which one would it be? Any Hollywood episode. John Wayne, I would love that one to be in the audience for that one. And as well as a Harpo Marx one, I would love that. Because he would be around. Like, he'd be on set, so that'd be great. The chocolate one would be great. Job switching. Nice to see Domily. Such a long time since I haven't seen you. Glad to have you back on the stream. Awesome. And Anthony as well. That is awesome. Very, very good to see you. See you, all of you. And I know there's some of you who don't comment because you're like on a TV, or maybe you don't have access to typing, or not really into typing, maybe don't even have access to a keyboard. Especially if you're watching on TV. I know a lot of people watch me huge on big screens. It's kind of scary because you can see all my flaws. But anyway, I do appreciate you watching as just like a spectator. It does, I do appreciate that. So it does help me out as well. If you haven't given this video a big thumbs up, I would appreciate it. And subscribe. Why not subscribe? Some people ask me about that. Some people are like, oh, you know, I haven't subscribed or whatever. And it really does make a big difference. So if you haven't, it takes literally 10 seconds to subscribe. And I just hit 14,000 subscribers, guys and gals. That's all you. That's all your support. And so I do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Michael Ian, who is your favorite celebrity guest star in the Lucy-Desi Comedy Hour episodes? Ooh, that's a good one. So I would say like my favorite. I love Milton Berle. I think he is the king of comedy. Like at that time, he was just the king. And so seeing him on here was like a big deal. Yes. I have no flaws. Are you sure? I have a big one right here, and I have a big one right here. Am I a writer? I have written things. Yes. I'm not a writer or professional in the traditional sense. No. Thank you guys and gals. 14,000. That is so awesome. And Lil Randoms, you're on at 10:30 p.m., which you are awesome. Thank you so much. I'll do a little dance for you for being here. 10:30 p.m. You're enjoying my monster videos. My monster videos? My monster videos. Awesome, Sweet Pea. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. And if you guys comment on my videos, I do read them. I do appreciate them. I try to answer as many as possible. Sometimes I get overwhelmed, meaning like, I'll be like, ooh, 100 comments today. Ooh, I'll answer a select few. I'll look at some new people, some people I've had for a long time. And then I get another, and so I have to kind of move forward. So just to let you know, I try to answer as many as I can at the time. So, yeah. Jared, smaller dance for 9:31. Okay. Did you ever find it spooky that the third Little Ricky looked just like... So, who do you mean third Little Ricky dirty? Because there were 6 total actors who played Little Ricky. And so, do you happen to know the actor's name? Would you consider doing a Twilight Zone video? Absolutely. The thing is, it didn't do that well in the poll. Doesn't mean people won't watch it. But because it's one of those things where the poll you can only vote once, and so I'm assuming, like, let's say people picked I Love Lucy, so they picked that, but they may like Twilight Zone as well, but they just picked Lucy first, and so yeah, and a lot of people pick Monsters over Twilight Zone, so that was really interesting. But yeah, I definitely might do that. Susanna, you have seasons 1 through 6. Do you have the Lucy-Desi comedy hour too? I'd recommend it. What is this? It's a little thingy. Oh, yeah. Drummer Lil Ricky. So the reason why they picked him was because of his drumming skills and because they thought he looked exactly or very similar to Desi and Lucy. So it's pretty simple. He wasn't the best in terms of like memorizing lines and stuff like that. So yeah. Who would really enjoy me doing a Twilight Zone episode? Twilight Zone. It could be like a big one. It could be a really popular one, or it could be like a really obscure one. Like it could be a review of it, or it could be a behind the scenes. See, that's the thing. Like sometimes I want to just look at like this episode of I Love Lucy and like break it down and like give you all the little tips and stuff. But that's cool. But I can also do it different, and I can like review it. Be like, this part's really funny. This part was really subtle. Did you notice this? This connects to this episode and so forth. Like, that's really well done, really well written. And so, yeah, I mean, there's different ways of doing it. And, I don't know. It's just something I will keep in mind. Yes, Milton as Mildred was a hilarious part. I really loved that. He played that really well, and I thought it was just hysterical. Yes, Blvd. That was Desi Arnaz Jr. in the last episode. It was not Lucy Arnaz, correct. I would definitely consider doing Addams Family content in the future as well. I have the whole series. Again, I don't know if do people like that more? Like Addams Family or Monsters? What do you guys go with? Let me know in the chat. Well, thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. The chocolate in the face was filmed out of sequence from the conveyor belt scene. Yep. Super Cyan, yes, it is true. Desi wore lifts. And there were lifts on the couch. Yep. Blvd, are you a Gilligan's Island fan at all? You should look at my Gilligan's Island playlist. I'm a huge Gilligan's Island fan. I have tons of videos. You should watch it. And I'm assuming you are because you asked me. And so, yeah. Go ahead and check it out. Check it out. Check out that stuff, guys. Lots of content there on Gilligan's Island. And more to come, too. So, yes. Yeah, so there's a lot. There's very common Twilight Zone episodes. Then there's some that are just so beautiful. So well written. There's one that's poetic about death with Robert Redford. And it's not a crazy graphics, like super scary episode. It's actually fairly predictable. Like, it's not out there, but it's just so beautiful, and the message, and I don't know, like I really just want to do an episode on how like wonderful it is. And I think it's one maybe a lot of people, I mean, unless you're a huge fan, I've seen every episode, but you know, people who just watch here and there episodes, they probably haven't seen it. Buster Keaton is the king. Of course I love Buster Keaton. I doubt that Milton Berle... Oh, excuse me. I thought you said Milton Berle wasn't every filming. I was like, I doubt that. Really highly. Like, no. Now, brother, I don't know who Milton Berle's brother is. So I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah, there were a lot of famous people in Twilight Zone. Buster Keaton was on Twilight Zone. Amazing episode he was in. There was a lot of famous people. William Shatner as well, and the episode's done. Let's go to the second episode we're going to cover today. This is Lucy's Schedule. It's one of my favorites from season 1. I'm not just saying that. I really love the chaos in that episode where Lucy's like throwing the things. And the whole Lucy, Mr. Littlefield, Gale Gordon, like having the shirt button in his water glass and then taking the food away. And they're trying to eat. I think that whole scene is the best thing ever. And Lucy getting the apple. I think a lot of people forget that. That's the thing. We think about iconic Lucy moments, but then we forget other moments that are as good, but they're just maybe just not ingrained in people's minds as much, you know? Okay. Let's look at this one here. First episode with Gale Gordon in it. Beginning of their relationship, at least on camera. Lucy's Schedule. May 26, 1952. Release episode 33. Filmed on a Friday, April 18th, 1952. Rating share is a 51.7 out of 81. Mr. Littlefield, Alvin Littlefield, played by Gale Gordon. Phoebe Littlefield, played by Edith Meiser. Now, this was the first, according to this, first television appearance by Gale Gordon with Lucille Ball. 11 years later, you know they were together on The Lucy Show. They were pretty much comedic partners. He played the straight man, as in the one who was serious most of the time, and Lucy was the crazy physical one. He took the hits. He kind of reacted to her craziness. They were also together. And here's Lucy. Gale Gordon appeared on Lucy's radio program, My Favorite Husband. He was the original guy who was slated to play Fred Mertz, in case you didn't know. But they didn't choose him because he was on another show with Eve Arden that was right next door. And that's pretty interesting. Let me see if I can... I lost my place here. Yeah. Okay. And that's about it. I'm trying to think of the episode or the show with Eve Arden and Gale Gordon. I'm sorry, I can't think of it right now. But you guys will know it. You guys will know it. Taisha Leisure. So I have to ask you. She's asking, can you let me know when you post in your community tab? You should also be on my Facebook because I post there as well. Now, the guys and gals of you guys who see that, are you subscribed and then there's a notification? How do you know I post something in the community tab? Because I know people obviously watch it, a lot of people. Miss Brooks, thank you, Paul. So how does that work, guys and gals? I don't know how you get it, but I know a lot of people will too. Well, I'll be in the air tomorrow, Christopher. I'll be flying, if weather permits, for the aircraft that I fly. And I should be flying a solo trip to Malibu and back, if it all goes okay. I'm glad you enjoy it, Yolanda. Yolanda was one of the winners of the I Love Lucy giveaway, one of the many winners that I've had in the long history of doing giveaways. And I'm glad that you got the DVD. Everyone always does, of course, because I always send it. And I'm glad that she appreciates it and enjoys it and watch it. JC, which Halloween film should I review? I'm not big into Halloween, to be honest with you guys, like the holiday in itself. So, yeah. But, I mean, possibly. The thing is, like, a lot of people do that. It's like when the holidays are there, they, like, do something for the holidays. Or, like, Father's Day, they do videos. I'm usually not like that. I don't know. I don't know. I just have a lot of favorite TV shows. I love a lot of classic comedies. Everything that you see on my channel. I love Seinfeld. I love Gilligan's Island. The ones I'm covering right now, I'm a big fan of. And there's others behind the scenes that I love. Hogan's Heroes. I love Family Matters. I love sitcoms. Just, I really love other stuff. Christopher Robin is amazing. It's an amazing movie, let me tell you. I really want to do a review on that. It's just I watched it a while ago, and there's so many movies I want to do. But yeah. Yeah, YouTube is sometimes lags behind when putting stuff on the subscription box. So just check back in the community tab. I would say that there's really nothing like, it's kind of hard to let you guys know that I post. If when I post, that's me letting you know. So it's one of those things where, I would just suggest coming back. But I know a lot of people, they're just like on it and they respond right away. So I'm pretty sure they get notifications. But if not, get on Facebook as well. And that's a great way to do it. Oh, I appreciate that, Jared. So Jared sees it on the homepage of YouTube. You don't get the notifications, but if I post a poll or something in the community tab, you always see it at the homepage, but that's how you've seen it. Okay, so that's your answer right there. So if you go to the YouTube homepage, you should be able to see when I post. And I post regularly when I do a live stream or I do polls or what else? I sometimes post photos here and there, but I mostly do that in Patreon. That's exclusive content for people who support my channel above and beyond. That's a way where people can donate starting as low as I think $1 a month, which is like insane. Like that's really cheap for the content that they get. And yeah, it's really fun and really cool to be on Patreon, and it's a great way to support the channel. I have not seen that movie. Nope. Ooh, classic Universal. I haven't seen those movies, to be honest with you. I've seen part of Dracula, but I'm really into those monsters. But yes. I would really like to do something on that. That's actually pretty smart. I actually think those are very, very interesting. My favorite book is Slaughterhouse-5. Yeah, so you should see the polls there. Oh, and now they're going to the Littlefields apartment, or it's probably their house. And you can see that this is another reused set, the Ricardo's bedroom. Same set. You can see the similarity to the Mertz's living room, which is the same thing. So, kind of cool. The last movie that I saw on Saturday, I believe, or yesterday, was Bedazzled. Right? It was right. It was good, right? You tell me if it was good or not. Yes, Lucy with the apple in her mouth was so great. Because remember, it was wax. It wasn't just an apple. And so, I don't know if you've ever bitten into a piece of wax. How crazy that is. And the feeling is just... I've had candles. My mom has bought like beeswax candles when I was little. And I bit into like a little piece of it. And it's like really... like it... Your teeth go in there and it's like really hard. So yeah. I have not seen that movie, Nathan. What's the weather like where you're at? It definitely cooled down. It's cooling down now for sure. It has been kind of weird, muggy lately, but then the sun it was hot too. So, I don't know. I'm glad you liked it, Noel. Noelita. Muy bueno. Ooh, if I could have dinner with people from the past, who would I have it with? Oh, Jesus Christ. Lucille Ball. Howard Hughes. Albert Einstein. And... thinking one more person. Benjamin Franklin. Oh yes, Benjamin Franklin. Absolutely. Okay, did that work out? My list. I'd be happy with that list. Very, very happy. What do you guys think? What would be your 5? No Blvd. I have not seen it. Lucy's like, globs of cheese and butter. I appreciate that, Super Saiyan. Yeah, I'm kind of a nerd. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm kind of a nerd. I pick like people who are like in the scientific community and stuff, and then Lucille Ball, and then like Jesus. Like my list is like everywhere. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, those are people that I obviously admire and look up to very much. There's more obviously, but you only gave me 5, so those would be my top 5. Dogs, absolutely, over cats. 5 least favorite episodes of I Love Lucy. Well, I won't do that because I'm sure I'm going to do a video. I'll just tell you that I really don't like the episode, the Scotland episode, or the one about Lucy's last birthday. Nope. Of course, Randy. Benjamin Franklin's my hero because he has so many talents. He had so many talents. He was an inventor. He was a teacher. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, well, yeah, he was like an astronomer, and he was a writer, and he was a playwright. Like, he just did everything. Oh my gosh, how can I not include Leonardo da Vinci? We'll make the table for 6, we'll squeeze him in, and we'll put Leonardo da Vinci right in there. I can't forget him. I can't. Why would Ethel marry Fred, who was much older than her, or was this just a casting choice? It was a casting choice. Absolutely. It's like one of those things where you just kind of have to overlook or believe that they got married and it was real. It's just, you know, it is what it is. You know, I don't look much into it. For me, it's never been an issue. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, he's older. Okay. Oh yeah, she's younger. But I feel that they even out because obviously Lucy was the looker, in my opinion, out of Vivian and her. And so, you know, Fred was older. And so it was like a balance there. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain that. But to me, it like worked. Like, they worked as a couple for me, even though I know they really weren't. But it was believable for me in that. So maybe not for some of you, but yeah. Friends of the Friendless, no. Honestly, I don't like that whole spiel and that whole Friends of the Friendless. No, the only part I like is when they, at the end, the whole I Love Lucy lyrics to the song. And then when she drops the presents, that I like. But that's about it. You're absolutely right, Blvd, especially in olden times or in ancient times. That was very common. I did watch a lot of the cartoons, not as much anymore, because, I don't know, I think my tastes have changed. Oh, and there is Ricky making a list for Lucy saying, well, I don't know, you're going to have to budget your time. And she says, oh, I'm going to need more than 15 minutes for that. I made a whole video on that stuff too. Great moment, which is funny because I got a lot of people were supportive of that video, but I got a few people here and there that was like, why are you picking this apart and you're putting that connotation? I didn't do that. People wrote years before I was even born about that. So I was just bringing that to light. So it's kind of cool to see both sides, and why not consider that? Why not ask that question? Doesn't mean that that's what that means, but why not ask questions? That's what life should be about, asking questions and forming hypotheses and so forth. So, yeah. Wasn't Vivian Vance only a couple of years older than Lucille Ball? I'm really bad with like numbers like that. But yeah, she was a bit older than Lucille Ball. Well, not that much. Lucy was in a Three Stooges short. You should take a look at my video. I did a whole video on that. It's called Three Little Pigskins, and I cover Lucille Ball in that entire short. And then I go into details about that short in itself. My ear's itchy. Is your ear ever itchy? That sounds about right, Blade Video. 1911 and 1909. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. I'm very visual, and so I see that, and that looks correct. Oh, and here's Lucy being a little stinker with the food. Supposedly, she is on her way to always preparing breakfast for Ricky, like she does, but she prepared like a really poor excuse, meaning like frozen egg and the frozen coffee, because she's being, like I said, a little stinker because of the whole schedule that he did to her when he was a stinker. So it's like a back and forth. They're having a little bit of a merry tuffle in a funny type of way, you know? You love the dinner rolls and the catcher's mitt. Yeah, I love that and everything before that. Like that whole dinner scene where Lucy grabs Mr. Littlefield, pulls him into the chair, then pulls him back. Like that's amazing. And Fred's like, oh yeah, my back was hurting, blah, blah, blah. And then she cuts him off. And then Fred's like, oh, I think that was, what kind of soup was that? He's like, split pea. And he's like, yeah, split pea. Oh my God. Oh, the second instance where Mr. Littlefield sees Ricky is like super hungry and so forth. And I think that's hilarious. I love that. He's like, don't you people ever eat at home? He's like, yes, sir. We do. I have a very big appetite. That's wonderful. Oh, wonderful. And he's like, he's eating like a creeper. Fantastic. I love his chemistry. See, now we're having a scene with Desi and Gil Gordon. And if we wouldn't have had Desi in this, we wouldn't have had this scene. And I'm entertained by watching Desi. I don't feel like I'm watching him and I'm missing Lucy. I'm enjoying him. I'm enjoying his acting, his scene. Yeah, Lucy's going to have some fun parts, right? But I think the scene was very crucial. And so I think that's important. When many people mention, I don't watch the Lucy show and so forth, it's because of that. It's because I think we're missing so much from Bill Frawley. We're missing so much from Desi Arnaz. We're missing so much from the original cast, like half of the cast. And so, yeah. Yep. And we see Desi, of course, smoking. What's up with all the smoking? Well, if you didn't know, in the beginning, the show was sponsored by Philip Morris. And Philip Morris, of course, is a cigarette company. So there would be a lot of talk of like Philip and Morris jokes about that when they were trying to name the baby. Some of the options, there was a joke about Philip Morris. Philip if it's a boy, Morris if it's a girl, Ricky says, and Lucy's like, oh. And so yeah, they're plugging the name so that like you can go buy the cigarettes, like it's a sponsor, right? And call for Philip Morris, like all that stuff. And they would smoke the cigarettes and the cases would be Philip Morris. But Lucy, it's a secret, it was known later, she didn't like Philip Morris. She actually liked the taste of Chesterfields. I don't smoke, so I don't know, there was a different taste. But anyway, she would put Chesterfields inside the box of the Philip Morris. And so it's like if you ever see like American Idol, they have like the Coca-Cola thing, and then inside they could have water or tea or whatever, and then you assume they're drinking Coca-Cola, right? So, yeah. I actually liked a few episodes of The Lucy Show. Well, you always wonder how long it took to write a script for I Love Lucy. Remember, this is a weekly show, so it would take a couple days. I wouldn't say you're weird, randoms. I would say that's your taste, and there's nothing wrong with that. Weakest episode, Scotland, for sure. I mean, a lot of work went into that. They had to come up with a song and write the song and then dance. I'm not saying a lot of work didn't go into it. It was a lazy episode. I just said it wasn't what I liked or wasn't my taste, you know. I have seen one episode with Live with Lucy with John Ritter. I thought it was all right. Ricky Cannon, I just love the show so much, like you guys. I'm a big fan like you guys, and I love watching the show. It's really enjoyable. I think it's the greatest show of all time. And yeah, that's my connection. I've seen it since I was 3 years old, nonstop. I know the show forward and backwards, and I research it all the time, and I find out things. I learn things all the time, and I want to share it with people who like it as well. So, cool. Richard, I have not seen you in so long. So long. You should join the live chats. We have usually live chats. I've been doing it now on Mondays a lot more, and, you know, I'm sure if you just stay tuned with the notifications, you'll know. Around this time, around 7 o'clock. Yeah. I do have pets. I have a pet greyhound, male. It's a boy. 6-year-old little boy. Funny thing, John H., my parents were not fan. Not that they were, okay. I don't want it to come out in, like, So it's misinterpreted. My parents were not watchers of I Love Lucy. My mom started watching it because of me. Like, that's what it comes down to. My dad never really got into it. And my mom, as a little boy, would watch it with me, but she would watch it once, and then she was like, yeah, I don't need to watch them again. She's like, they're funny, they're great. The first time, she laughed her head off, but then she was like, yeah, I don't need to watch them again. I like to watch things over and over again. So, yeah. Which episodes, aside from home movies, are your favorites that made you laugh so hard? Big bucks, bonus bucks. I love that one for sure. My dog's name, Fido. Spot. Oh my gosh, that's funny. They don't bark at all. They're not. They're sight hounds, and they like to smell things. Their sense of smell and their sight far away is really good. Not so much close. I'll say roll over. Fido. Well, I said Fido. Fifi. He's an 100-pound dog, and his name is Fifi. No, his name is Falco. Falco. That's his real name. Falco. Like Falcon, but without the N. And he's really fast. And so, oh my gosh. Mr. Littlefield. I laugh a lot of I Love Lucy when I see Fred Mertz. When I see Bill Frawley. I really do. I think he was, and I say this, and I'll say it over and over again, I think he was so underrated. I think I Love Lucy is funnier because of him. I would even be as bold and not afraid to say that I think that the Lucy show isn't as funny because Bill Frawley isn't in it. I'd go that far to say that. As well as Desi. I think Desi's genius hand is not in it as well, and the show suffered because of that. I really do. Suffered, or it just wasn't as good. It's like if you have some really good chocolate. If you have chocolate and you like chocolate and you eat it, you're like, chocolate. But then you have exceptional, high grade, really like strong, like expensive chocolate, and then you have chocolate that's just okay. You'll notice it, right? So, yep. Did Desi and Fernando, so I'm assuming you're talking about Fernando Lamas and Desi. No, it was all on TV and so forth. So, yes. All right, let me see here. Oh, my little icon here. Bill Frawley did a cameo on the Lucy Show, his last appearance before he died. You're correct. You know, I've heard that, Jacko Taco. I've heard since I was doing this channel, people have said that, and I have not seen it being filmed or anything like that. And so I'm not holding my breath that it's going to come out. Maybe it will, but it's been already 2 years, and they're like, blah, 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 blah. Chad Baxter, thank you so much for the donation. $4.99. You're awesome. That is available there in the super chat. Rick, glad I caught the live stream. Let's try it again. Rick, glad I can catch the live stream. Love the flying videos. Keep loving life. I am. It's a good reminder. Hopefully you guys and gals are loving life. Viewers, show the support. Be hopeful. Off to bed. 3:30 comes early. Well, thank you so much, Chad. I do appreciate it. You are awesome. You're such a great supporter. And I do appreciate it so much. So you like The Miracle of 34th Street, Michael Ian? I haven't technically seen it. I know what it's about. I haven't seen it. Yeah. Oh, the movie's in pre-production. Awesome. Probably Super Saiyan. It's not going to be anything fairly soon because I like the show, but I watched it very casually, and I know very little about like the real information of the show. Three's Company, so we'll see. Possibly in the future. You know, definitely possibly in the future. And like I said, I have seen a good amount of the Lucy Show episodes. and I have no reason not to like the show. I just think the quality in it is a lot less, because someone was asking that I'd be biased against it. I have no reason to. In fact, I love Lucille Ball, and so even more reason for me to like it. And I just can't get to that point where I think it even holds a candle to this. But that's just me. We're all entitled to our opinion, right? Favorites too short. I have a lot, but I love. I think it's Cash and Carry. I really love Cash and Carry. It's kind of funny. Did you go see the I Love Lucy play? Are you talking about? It's called I Love Lucy Live. Is that what you're talking about? Is that the one you're talking about? That was like where they did 2 or 3 episodes. Well, no, they did 2 episodes of I Love Lucy in front of you. Like if you were in the Desilu audience. So that's kind of cool. And yeah, I've been to that. Yep. It was great. They did 2 episodes. They did The Benefit from season 1, and they did Lucy Gets Her Eyes Examined, which is great. The error in the Lucy Gets Her Eye Examined, they use the season 1 apartment, the windowless one, and wait. No, they use, well, now I'm confused because I'm not remembering, but they used the same apartment. It was actually incorrect, the one. Okay, let me just, oh, well, yeah, okay. Brackets. I may do brackets in the future, guys and gals, for sure. Wait, what? What was that about? Okay. Anyway, well, thank you so much, guys and gals. I do appreciate you watching and just enjoying the content. Really, really appreciate all the support that you give me, and just, you know, it's really fun to do all this work on these videos. Like, I really enjoy it. I love doing this. I love talking to you guys about the show, about flying, about my life, and I don't know, I'm considering doing vlogs in the future. Would you guys be open to that at all? Vlogs of me, like if I go somewhere, if I go to a museum, just kind of catalog a little bit more of my life. I would love to share that with you if you guys would be interested. Just let me know. Smurfette Smurf, thank you so much for the awesome $10 donation. You are awesome. Right before we log off, that is so cool of you. Thank you so much. Just an awesome, great way to end the live stream. So I do appreciate it. I hope you guys join me for the next live stream. It's so cool. So I don't know, a lot of you guys seem to like the idea of me doing vlogs, just regular vlogs. I'm not even talking about, like, I may vlog like going to like a museum where there's like Lucy content or Lucy stuff, but like a vlog of like me maybe going to Disneyland, or a vlog of me maybe like going to work, or like just more like normal life. If you guys want to watch that, let me know. If it would be boring, I understand. And so you'd see other people too in it, people I'm close to, and see if you like that. But yeah, consider that. Let me know in the comments down below. Again, thank you, Smurfette and Smurf, Chad Baxter, for your donations in the super chat. You're all awesome. And for all of you for joining in, whether you're in the chat, whether you left a thumbs up, whether you're just watching, I do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, I'd highly recommend you consider, because it does help me out. We just hit 14,000 subscribers, and that's because you guys hit that subscribe button. It does help me out. It does put my content out to more people. So I'll see you next time, guys and gals. Don't forget to stay positive, always better yourself, and most importantly, be hopeful.